This keyboard kit started at $135. After keycaps and switches, it came out to $260. But before we get into this, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're into keyboards and tech in general. And I got some cute little keycaps, especially the Shiba Inu, to show off to you guys. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the Portico. Not bad. The Portico is a budget entry-level mechanical keyboard that's been designed for a beginner stepping into the keyboard hobby. Included with the Portico kit, you get a nice carrying case, an extremely long USB-C coiled cable that is like a telephone cable. I recommend just getting a custom cable. You got some hardware including your screws and standoffs that are meant for the keyboard build, and it even comes with some stabilizers, the C3 equals ones, which are TKC standard. So the key company is known for having poor QC issues, and right out of the carrying case, you can see the badge is misplaced. And I'm not the only one, this happened to a lot of people. Now it's not that big of a deal, it has an adhesive on the back, you can just pull it off and put it where it's supposed to be. It's like a little sticker that goes on, but it's a metal badge. But mine was slightly damaged, as you can see in this bottom corner here, it's a little scraped up. Another common QC issue that happened with a lot of people is that their standoffs that are already in the keyboard weren't in the keyboard. And I'm no exception, they were already loose in the carrying case. These are meant to secure the PCB and plate together, but mine was missing them right out of the box, and one is stuck inside. So if you are new to the mechanical keyboard hobby, this is a build kit and not a keyboard that is ready to use out of the box. You're gonna have to build it yourself with switches and keycaps. So to get it opened up, you have to unscrew those 8 screws at the bottom so you can lift the entire top case off. So this is that entry level into the enthusiast style keyboard, so it's not going to be tray mounted. This is a gasket mount with an FR4 plate. Pretty flexible. And if you have no idea what that means you're going to be getting a deeper sound on your keyboard and a more even typing experience. I was actually very curious to try this out because typically they use a silicone sound dampener, but this is felt and it might absorb the sound a little better, so we'll see at the end how it is. Next up we have the PCB for the Portico, 65% 5-pin hot swap. And when I was unboxing this, I just had the urge to bend it for some reason. Now personally, I'm not a big fan of their font choice where it says Portico right here. It just doesn't really match the theme of the board. And underneath the PCB, we have the silicone case dampener. It is angled so it's thin at the bottom and thicker at the top, and it has a hexagonal pattern. Not too sure why they went with that pattern, but it gets the job done like any case dampener does. So as I mentioned before, this is a 5-pin hot swap and south-facing LEDs, so it's perfect for testing out whatever you want on this keyboard. TKC did decide to go with the KL hot swap sockets, which is pretty standard nowadays for any hot swap mechanical keyboard, versus, let's say, mil-maxing sockets, which are a lot more expensive. There is no daughter board on here. The USB-C is actually on the middle of the PCB. Now for stabilizers, they do support any screw-in stabilizer, so you can put your Durac V2s in here, but I just have the C3 equals since it's what it came with, and it saves me a little bit of money. So mine came with the cream-colored stabilizers, and I did already lube and holy mod these, so there won't be any ping. Unless I actually fucked up on my loop job, which I don't think I did, but you never know. So let's get right into the assembly of this keyboard. So if you remember from the beginning of the video, I had these screws and standoffs. Well, I didn't put them in on the keyboard because I want a more flexible typing experience. Not putting in those standoffs allowed me to have a lot more flex throughout the entirety of the board without having any hard spots where those standoffs would normally be. So this is a TKC board. Why don't we go with the TKC switch? We're going to be going with Tangis. They seem to be a crowd favorite, and I think they're pretty good myself. They're not my favorite switch, but they are pretty good. For our keycaps, Drop did send us out some XDA profile keycaps, and this is their canvas set. This is a pretty minimal set, and I think they match the clear Portico very well. So, cool transition. I'm so cringe, bro. So here's a sound test. Portico with Tangy, 67-gram spring, lubed with 205 grade 0, and XDA profile keycaps. So here are my final thoughts on the Portico. $135, actually a really great board. 5-pin hot swap, gasket mount, south-facing LEDs, can fit your screw-in stabilizers. It's a great beginner board if you're coming from like one of those RGB gaming keyboards to more mechanical keyboard, and it can get the ball rolling on your keyboard hobby. So I think that this is actually a great board. If TKC improves their QC, it can be even better. Now leave a comment, let me know what you guys think of the Portico. Also, before you head out of here, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I mean, it's free, helps me out, you get more keyboard content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.